Welcome back on Dynamod. Today I want to propose you a video about the physical creation of the Mystic Shield as spell, the common spell that is available for the army, but themed as a Crematorian Ossiarch Bonereapers 1. The idea to use some sort of signal on the battlefield to make sure that you know that a certain effect is on the battlefield, maybe because you apply at the beginning of the turn and so on. It's not something new. So we had, for example, the markers, so something like a little round button with a description or design to make known. Or we can use, for example, some cards. For example, I used quite a lot this, that it was a design for the Mystic Shield coming from the Champions of Age of Sigmar. But this is an example. You can use eventually also some from Magic the Gathering or create your own card, because it's not a problem to make something like this. So you can really play a lot with such things. But I wanted something more similar to what we've seen with the Ender spells, because with the Ender spells we had miniatures representing some spells themselves. Okay, you can say that in that case we had also something that it was still on the battlefield, but it's not so sure for all the spells. So I liked the idea and decided to create something related about the physical effect, so that you can play, you can make use, for example, for the magic missile, the mystic shield and so on, that works along the time, that represent on the battlefield itself. And so I decided to create such type of effect, and I really liked. So I decided to start with this, the Mystic Shield, and then goes on and create also other effects eventually for such army and eventually other armies too. The first step, so it was to create the concept about the Mystic Shield. So I decided to take as idea the one that I had since a lot of time related about the Morghast themselves. So to use as a sort of shield the front armor, cloning it, of the Morghast themselves. And so I decided to apply such one as front, but I had still to find something about the back of the part, because I wanted something that you could rotate and make it useful. So I decided to take that part from the one related about the Gothic Vesta. So, because I had to clone the Gothic Vesta once for the project about the magnetize of that model that you see in the future, I decided to use one of those clones of the Shuderpet's armor to make that back, so to have a sort of full armor to create, so that it was a sort of protecting on all the side as the Mystic Shield should be, because it's a barrier. Because I play the Crematorians as army of Ossiarch Bonereapers, I decided to put this on a base from the Green Staff World, that it's to be put with the iron thread, so that I can make the flames and suspend it in a quite interesting way. So I decided to make such experiment to create something completely peculiar and make such thing for not all but the main one at least of the spells that I'm going to use, and the Mystic Shield is one of them. So I cut a bit of the thread so that I can have the amount that I need, because I need to put the flames on it and to make it that is sustained. You can decide if you had the hole to do such, or simply drill, put here and decide how much we want that it's bigger, higher on the base itself, so that you can choose. Eventually you can cut the two parts, bind them together so that you can make that it's more solid. It's up to you to decide how you want. It's your own decision to put such thing, in my case about flames, or you or for other things. Eventually you can play with a transparent one and use the one that is for the water effect, so that you can put and make sustained with a transparent one, so that it's suspended on the battlefield, so it can be another way. And here is the temporary. Before that I put the base, I put the green stuff and so on. Sincerely I suggest you to create the base before to create the flames, other than you want to be having complete the base itself. It's up to you to decide how you want, because you can have a lot of different, but if you put, for example, the snow overlay here on here, you can make that it's more solid, so you don't risk that you break, because it's quite, I can say, fragile. It's not so resistant as it is in such a way. So having something that make a bit adherent more the structure of the iron thread to the base, it's quite better for your structure. Remember that about creating and painting the flames, you can find the videos in the description because I prefer to create specific video related about. I painted the mod as a Crematorian and you can find in the description the link about my scheme of color for the Crematorians in Ygnimortoi and the flames using the 3 different flames that I'm going to apply to my Crematorians so that I can start from the blue and red one from the side, combining them with a violet one in the center. This is a way to make that not mind which type of model I play in the future that can use the Mystic Shield. Anyway, it will be suited about the Crematorians. Eventually, I can use this also about other armies. It's not a problem. It's you can think about it as a summoning of a Mystic Shield inflamed and so on. It's not that a problem. But the idea, main one, it's related about such. Hear my order, O mystic winds of magic. Hear my command and obey me. Protect! So, from Dynamod it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again to the next time.